Y'all grab the popcorn because CNN just dragged Chris Murphy, a leading Democrat in the Senate, over the coals over his previous words about removing Maduro from power in Venezuela, and then when Trump does it, he's very, very upset about it. It's almost like it's plug-and-play politics and depends which way the wind is blowing and which team demands are required of you. This one, guys, is going to be glorious because even Dana Bash can't cover for him on this one. Get ready, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Again, y'all, these people are the most predictable people on the planet. They have no shame whatsoever, and they just lie with impunity. And I have no issue saying it because what I'm about to show you is as disingenuous as the day is long. All right, I'm not going to bury the lead on you. Let's get right into it. This is, of course, from the talking shows, which we knew were coming today. I expected better. I expected them to send the best and the brightest. They sent the dumb and the stupid. Watch this. This is Chris Murphy, senator from Connecticut. Listen, even Dana Bash drags him over the coals. Watch this.
In 2019, you wrote an op-ed and you called for Maduro to be gone. You said, let's get one thing straight. There should no longer be any debate about Maduro's lack of democratic legitimacy. The Trump administration is right to put restoring Venezuelan democracy at the center of our approach to this crisis. A return to a stable democracy is in the interest of the Venezuelan people and the United States and the hemisphere. We don't know what's going to happen with regard to the civilian leadership there. Tom Cotton was just here saying that he hopes that there are democratic elections. Isn't that what you want?
Well, the rest of that article right, was a criticism of President Trump's early moves to saber rattle around regime change.
Be more embarrassing as a human. You know what? You can't. Good Lord. It turns out that in 2019, you penned an article and an opinion piece that said it would be better for the United States, it would be better for the entire hemisphere, and the people of Venezuela to not have Nicolas Maduro in office. Well, Donald Trump did it in under an hour and a half with the military, of course, and now it's big mad. Now it's big bad. Now he's a tyrant. It's almost like there's a slide rule that no matter what happens, you're going to find a way to make Trump a tyrant. Yep, they have no shame. All right, I've got more for you people because I only try to bring the best. Of course, this is something that you guys need to see. This is way, way back in 2024, the way back when machine, because the internet never forgets. Again, same guy. Now he's very upset that Maduro has been removed in a stunning operation by our military, I might add. Even after writing an op-ed saying he needed to be removed, it was better for the United States and the Venezuelans and for our entire hemisphere, which, by the way, is the Monroe Doctrine. All right, here's 2024 on MSNBC before they had to rebrand because no one likes them.
So over the past decade, Nicolas Maduro, the brutal dictator of Venezuela, has presided over a stunning collapse of the Venezuelan economy that has caused nearly 8 million Venezuelans to leave that country, most of which destined for the United States. Part of the reason why we saw 10,000 people showing up at the border every day last year, a number that the United States just can't handle with current resources because of the meltdown of the Venezuelan economy. And so it's no surprise that in the election that was held this week, Maduro clearly lost. The briefings that I've received today suggest that Maduro not only lost, he probably lost in a landslide and is attempting as we speak to steal the election. If he's successful, not only will Venezuela continue to spiral into political and economic chaos, but you will see more people come to the southern border. Maduro is now in a corner. We're working with our allies and our partners in the region to try to force them to accept the results of this election. So over the past...
What do you bet, guys? Come here, let's go big for this real quick. What do you bet that if Joe Biden had somehow been sentient, or Barack Obama had removed Maduro from power and freed the Venezuelan people, so to speak, and basically fixed the issues with electoral integrity, what do you think they'd be hailed as a hero? But for some reason, when Donald Trump does the exact same thing that Chris Murphy not only called for in 2019 in an op-ed that CNN just called him out for, in 2024 on MSNBC. It's weird how all of a sudden, now that it's been accomplished by his political opponent, you know, the same guy who's been kicking their butts for the last 10 years, it's bad all of a sudden. Isn't that weird? It's almost like they just want to find something wrong. Oh, don't worry, I got more. Here we go. So I showed you before. I showed you CNN, and now I'm going to show you what the big move is now. Now, this is so bad, guys. When I tell you the lefty mind virus is the easiest thing to decode in the universe, it is. I've been decoding lefty lingo for a while. Lefty mind virus being broken down into a genome ready for us to find a cure. Watch. Here's Chris Murphy going exactly against what he just said, saying exactly what we thought he was going to say. Watch.
Venezuela is not a security threat to the United States. They're not threatening to invade us. There is no terrorist group like Al-Qaeda operating there that has plans to attack the United States. To the extent that you care about the drug trade, yes, they produce drugs, but those drugs go to Europe. Fentanyl is the drug that's killing Americans. That's not coming from Venezuela. Venezuela produces cocaine. 90% of it is not coming to the United States. This seems to be mostly about oil and natural resources. Donald Trump's entire foreign policy is corrupt. Russia, the Middle East, and now Venezuela is all about making money for his friends. And Wall Street, the oil industry, they can make a lot of money off of Venezuela if they run it. You saw within hours of the invasion the announcement of a group of Wall Street investors, energy industry investors, planning a trip to Venezuela to make money off of this invasion, off of this ouster. So unfortunately, once again, you're seeing that this president's foreign policy, the invasion of Venezuela, the ouster of Maduro, is about making his crowd filthy rich. It has nothing to do with American national security.
Really? Does that have anything to do with that pesky little thing about how we had billions of dollars invested and that oil was technically a partnership and then he seized that? Anything to do with that? And all of a sudden, 10% of the cocaine's going into the country, so that's okay because 90% is going somewhere else. Are y'all seeing the duplicity of this? 2019 op-ed, got to get rid of him. 2024 MSNBC interview, got to get rid of him. Danger to the United States, danger to threat, better for the hemisphere, better for the Venezuelans, better for the United States. And all of a sudden, that's just out the window because now it's all about making money for Donald Trump's friends. Y'all, it's not that hard to decode these people. Once you understand like I said, the genome of their arguments and mind virus thought process, it pretty much writes itself. Here you go. Here's another one. Again, same interview after Dana Bash called him out on, being a duplicitous snake. Watch this. I really don't like Chris Murphy. Sorry.
Your reaction to this operation?
Well, I mean, clearly this is wildly illegal. This is a president who has been operating illegally since he was
Obama did it for 7 years.
From the American people, seizing spending power.
What's illegal?
Now dragging America into a war overseas. The president cannot run a military operation of this size, cannot invade a foreign country without coming to Congress first, without allowing the American public to weigh in. America doesn't want this war. Nobody asked for this because it has nothing to do with American national security. And I think that's the most important conversation to have. Listen, Venezuela is not a security threat to the United States. They're not threatening to invade us. There is no...
All right, and that's the beginning intro of the first clip I just showed you. Here's the bottom line, y'all, and you have to understand this. These people are going to find a way to complain about something no matter what, because that's what they do. They're liberals. They're lefties. They find reasons to complain. They find reasons to find fault with everything about America. Anything and everything is a victimhood status. Everything is against some oppressed class from an oppressee class. Capitalism isn't fair. It's all negative. There is no hope for the future. There is no nothing. It's all tear everything down. And honest to God, my own personal belief is you have to destroy everything so you can rebuild something in the image of what you truly want and desire. But that's another piece of content for another video. Honest to goodness, you cannot be more duplicitous than what I just showed you right here. And we've got so many more videos coming. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. I will see you on those next ones. I'm Braden. Later.